Before this video starts, I'd like to mention note of topics that will occur in this video, although I am unbiased against them. These include politics, bad words from other creators that are censored, and an overall consciousness of the situation. I want to make this clear that we will be studying the situation from both sides and not just one. I will do my best to explain it without the politics and jibber jabber. So therefore, this video I will rate PG-13. If you are triggered by the following topics above, I ask you click off the video, because I do not want anybody to be harmed or hurt by this video or offended. Thank you, and let's start the introduction. Official Fuzion is a gaming YouTuber and most known for his build-about treasure videos, in which he has over 200,000 subscribers with a respectable fanbase. His Twitter, however, can be a much different story to much of the Roblox Twitter community, where tweets resurfaced and recent tweets which ended up him getting kicked out of the STAR program and even being subtweeted by Roblox themselves in a tweet. Since then, Roblox Twitter has been in a feud, as it always is of course, but this marks a big step in Roblox's history as one of the first STAR creators to be kicked out of the program for violating the contract rules. It is a respectable debate on both sides. Some argue he doesn't deserve to be kicked out of the program entirely as well, because the tweets that were old that resurfaced. Since then, he is out of the group, and he's not a STAR member anymore. CodeFusion doesn't work anymore, he doesn't have any perks. And a lot of you might be wondering, what did he do that was so bad to get him kicked out? And a lot of people argue this too. It's a confusing mess as usual, and it marks some moment in Roblox history, because we could see more STAR creators being kicked out of the program over time. Could the STAR program crumble as a whole? Will we see creators being kicked out because of some naughty words they said, whether recent or long ago? I want to make this video fair and see both sides of the debate, because one side argues, well, he didn't deserve a complete termination and he is sorry, as well as the other side, which argues justice is better late than never. These are both very good points, to be honest. So let's dive in. In today's video, I'll be summarizing the situation in its entirety from a non-biased perspective, discussing my own opinion, and showing you everything you need to know. My name is TanookiAlex, and this is our series in which we discuss both sides of the story in Roblox drama. Let's get started. Yo, what's up #Nerd Squad, and welcome back to another video. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe for those Roblox drama, news, tips, and tricks, and more. Turn on the bell so that way you never miss out on one of my videos. Anyways, so let's get started into the organizing of this video. In situations of drama, we always look at it from a general overview of both sides of the story, so that way we can cover how everyone feels and it's not a biased opinion. After reviewing all the evidence, therefore, we can come to a fair and just conclusion that summarizes the story. By avoiding bias, it also makes a more clear story. This video will be organized into 3 sections. Firstly, the entire evidence from both parties. Next, Roblox's side. And then, Fuzion's side. Let's get started with our first point, which is the evidence. In July of 2019, Fuzion made some tweets towards KonekoKitten and made remarks towards him. In this short clip, Koneko explained what happened in this video. This is not my clip to be clear, so I'll have to narrate it over for fair use. Around 5 minutes and 50 seconds into the video, Koneko in this clip explains that he feels offended over some of the things Fuzion said to him. He said he made questionable tweets which came off sounding a bit of a phobia to him, because Koneko is pan and identified as they/them at the time, although now he is going by he/him. I quote, "pretty phobic remarks" in this video. Koneko is then commented with questionable remarks in a tweet, which says, "Lol, I'm sorry, but it's really uncomfortable to be around people, especially when they start flirting with you." Koneko replied, "We have standards." Ouch, that one hurt, not gonna lie. DMs were then leaked from I'm Sandra to Fuzion. This also happened in July of 2019. Here are the DMs for it. "Putting my stuff out of context, LMAO. Sandra then replies, "What?" He says he is straight. Then Sandra replies, "LMAO, what are you saying?" And then he recommends her to go watch Ben. I'm sure most of you know who he is, but if you do not, he is a right-wing commentator, known for the "okay, this is epic, and facts don't care about your feelings" memes, as well as other stances which I will not mention. Since then, previous tweets have resurfaced as well. One from 2017 which is now deleted and has very risque language and has his support for the president of the US currently. Other tweets are now being used against him, and there is more, but they mostly say the same thing about his stance about liking the president of the US. This brings us forward to 2020, in which Fuzion has gained quite a respectable amount of subscribers, and is now in the STAR program. Well, obviously not anymore. With quite the recent drama, there is a thread by Firefox, which says, "If I ever see you wearing a Make America Great Again hat, just know I lost all respect for you." He then goes on to say, "I had a classmate who would always wear it to my Spanish class and make jokes about Mexicans, while my professor was a woman of color. That's screwed up." Until Plays then joins in and wears an American wing hat that Fire has mentioned. Then, the infamous picture shows up, which shows Fuzion saying, "My bad bro," in that hat as well. This sets off the fury and is most likely what instigated the incident, as the side gathers evidence from 2019 about some remarked tweets that he made. In 2020, this leads us to now. These remarks were reported on quite big accounts all over Twitter, and both sides have an argument. One side says he's allowed to believe what he likes, and the other side says it fuels anger in them. Then, the old tweets come up, and this situation comes up. The tweet resurfaces and it now says in these two tweets. One of the two, there's been a lot of people tweeting about the things I've said in the past. Back then, I will admit I was a very hateful person. I was only around 12 to 13 years old when I made those statements, and I know age is no excuse, but I have changed since then. 2 to 2, I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago, and I'm ashamed to say that was even me. I apologize to anyone I offended. There's nothing I can do but change the past, and I have changed for the future. Then now we get a tweet from Roblox. Roblox's tweet says, "We're committed to building Roblox as a civil, just, and respectful community. We do not tolerate racism or discrimination whatsoever. We cherish the diversity of our community and believe shared experiences can leave people together to learn and understand one another." Many believe this is a subtweet. Some guess Pacifico, others guess him. But then the truth comes out. Around 12 AM last night, the member count went down of the Roblox Star Program group by 1. I checked the groups just to be sure, and bam! The footage I showed last night went viral over the Roblox Twitter community, and many people found out. He started to hide player lists in his videos, and now he is no longer in the Star Program group. Ouch, I guess that wasn't the best ending to this story exactly. Roblox terminated Fuzion from the STAR program because he violated the role model rules in the contract. When you sign that contract, your right to free speech is gone. I've asked an Anon STAR creator, and they say that you cannot say whatever you want in the program because, after all, your content is targeted towards Roblox's audience, which is children and young teens. To be clear, Roblox did not terminate him for his political statements. That's unfair, and there are many who believe the same opinion as him, and that's okay. What's not okay were his past statements, which had a bit of remarks, which makes the brand in itself look bad. As a brand, would you really want someone with statements like that were horrible in their past? Some argue it's better late than never to punish him for these statements. A role model doesn't go on Twitter to purposely argue with people, politics or not. A role model needs to be inclusive and say good things to keep up a good image. A lot of parents don't want their children watching that. I know quite a bit of kids watch my content, well, certain videos, and I want to upkeep an okay image in those videos. With Fuzion, it's the same. Is Fuzion a bad guy? Well, not really. We can't argue the morality of someone over a bird app. Does it look like he's a bad guy? Yes, it does. Therefore, that's why Roblox terminated him from the program. They can't have someone like that representing their family-friendly brand. Although it is clear that Fuzion did some wrongdoing, Fuzion does have a defense to his story that many are bringing up. He apologized and attempted to fix his wrongdoing when it was brought to his attention. We also don't know how he behaves outside the internet. Fuzion said bad statements for sure, and that is something when brought under pressure addressed. A lot are also arguing we do not know the true reasons for his termination, and that's true. Roblox most likely did it for publicity. He is also allowed to believe whatever political stance he wants, and he shouldn't have been brought under fire for being silly in a thread over his political opinion with death threats. We both have the right to agree and disagree. The tweets he made yesterday aren't relevant to his opinion today, as some of these tweets that some people are using are up to 3 years old. However, can we play devil's advocate? Was it really right to terminate him because of his tweets? Do you think Roblox should have kept him or not? Let me know in the comments below. To summarize the situation, Fuzion was terminated because of past remarks and his present remarks, which Roblox did not find good for a role model. I believe Fuzion's punishment was justified, but his termination was not for past statements. Although I do not agree with Fuzion, the evidence is old and was pushed by the Roblox community. What I believe would be a more appropriate situation would be to take away his star code, or like Shark Blocks, take away most privileges. Fuzion's statements were hurtful to the community and absolutely disgusting, and he absolutely should be punished for them. This punishment was needed and better late than never, but way too much and too much of a level. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing if you did. I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, yeah.